Hello everybody, Frankie Day here. Okay guys, for this calm, beautiful Wednesday afternoon, ship's work still continues on the Isabella. The topic of the video is update build report number 3, which is video 3 of my building boats, Spanish Galleon Isabella. Okay guys, I've been on this thing not too constantly, but I've been on off and on now for the past 2 or 3 days. The planking is a very slow process on this thing. It's because of the bends in the hull, and plus the wood of the kit. And before we show the update review of the kit itself, a word of caution about old kits, guys. Old Frankie Day learns something every day, and when you guys get older kits like this Billings kit here, all kits that are very old, you got to be very careful how you store these things. This kit here was stored, I remember now, it was stored in a very, very dry and warm atmospheric condition. And I was out in California when I bought this kit. I was still in the Navy. Actually, I got it on the ship's store. I bought it, and I built it a little bit. I didn't build it, but when I first bought it, I was going to build it. My intentions were, but I never did build it, so I let it sit idle for a long time. So what I'm trying to say, fellas, make a long story short, is when you guys get older kits like this, store them in a place that's nice and cool, not warm, and don't let them lay idle for years and years and years and many years on end. Because that's the case of this. You don't, you're going to have a lot of breakage. This wood gets all dried out, and it snaps like a twig, just like that. I had to take this kit, every piece of wood in this model right here, I had to brush on at least 2 to 3 coats of polyurethane on there just to be able to put moisture inside that wood so it make it workable to make this kit work. And so far it's working excellent. I'm very happy and very pleased. And I'm glad I started building this kit right now. It's because if I lay idle any longer than I anticipated, and also I started to build it, this kit eventually will disintegrate before my eyes, and the whole kit's ruined. Money wasted too. And so right now I got the hull pretty well. I got the starboard side almost all planked. The reason why, when you plank in a hull, you got to plank one side and the other side. The port and starboard side hull got to be done random. You got a strake of wood across the hull itself. You got to go to the other side. Well, in this case, the wood was warping, and the port side was starting to have the starboard side started to have a little bonus in the keel. So to take that bonus out, I had to plank one side to pull that out, and it's worked real good. So that's why I got the starboard side almost all planked. By planking the whole right side, the starboard side of the ship, pull that warp out, and it's straight as a ruler. I'm pleased right there again too, and I'm pleased that the wood's working for me now, and I'm getting on it. So I should have this thing completely planked by tonight. And so I'm going to show you I'm going to show you a kit I'm also working on, and also in conjunction with the rest of these model ship builds I'm doing, because I've got that model ship bugging me, and I got on the way to shake it off is just keep building ships. I get bored of it and getting tired of it soon, and pretty soon I go back to planes. But I'm still working on Mr. Mark Lammett's Measurement 410 group buddy build. So that's ready for the final paint color. Should have that done by tomorrow. Okay, guys, we'll take a look at the Isabella and show you what old Frankie Day's done on it. As you can see behind me, guys, a rule of thumb is always keep the set of plans in view when you're building your model ships. Just like building an airplane, the structure's no different. The principle's the same. But when you're building these things, guys, you just can't look a piece of wood and build. You got to keep your eyeball on that plan. Keep looking. You look at these parts here, you look at this, make sure everything is fine. You got to check and double check between the kit itself and the plans. If you don't, you can run into big trouble. So this is your Bible to make this model happen. So the general idea, guys, is to transform this thing, this kit, into these plans right here. Okay, guys, I'm going to take a look at the Isabella right here. As you can tell, she's on my working board right here. I got all the planking done. It's pretty well smooth. The little strips here, guys. When you're planking a ship like this, all plank hulls, you got to let the plank rest naturally. Any part that's going to be influenced is going to be the plank before the end was planked. So when you lay the next strake plank on there, you got to mark with a pencil. And you got to make sure the top edge of the plank you're putting on matches the bottom edge of the plank that was previously glued. And that way you can't go wrong. You can follow the contour of the hull. I'm working on period ships like this, the 15th and 16th century galleons, man of wars, the 1602, the Mayflower, the Pilgrims, all these, and also the Wassa, and all plank ships like this, especially in this modeling form with the natural wood finish, has got to be, make sure these planks are flush against each other. Now when you get up to here where the water line's at, back in this day, there was no such thing as copper sheathing. They use white tallow, which is kind of like almost not like a soap, but it's a compound that's really strong, and it seals the wood. That's why it's white. And sometimes they fade out to a green color a little bit because of the algae of the ocean itself and the elements. So what you want to do in a kit like this is you're going to take masking tape, you're going to mask the water line all the way here, and make sure you don't get no filler or nothing from there, because this is going to be your finished product right here with natural polyurethane. You want to put no stain on this thing. This thing is all mahogany. All it needs is polyurethane. So where you mask at, use your filler of choice. Make sure all these beams, all your planks are filled in. Now before you do all that, folks, it's always good to get yourself your glue, your Type Bond cement or water-based glue, and fill in the cracks of the wood. In other words, the putty will eventually crack. You'll see cracks on your filler as time allows, as the passage of time goes by. So you're going to make sure that these planks have been completely glued. But down below here, you want to do nothing on this thing. You got to use careful workmanship when laying the planks down here, because this was going to be finished using natural polyurethane, what people are going to see real good. Here, it don't matter. Just make sure it's glued here, and you go ahead and airbrush your, or in this case, I'm going to use white latex paint, house paint I used. And I'm going to brush it on here to give it the tea cattle look. Now I'll pull that tape off like that, then give it a nice light sanding, sand it very lightly with 320 wet and dry sandpaper dry. Right now I'm putting on the planks. I'll say about 3-4 more planks this thing will be done on this side, then I'm going to switch on the starboard side and get that done. Now, if Isabella will allow me, without disturbing that plank, I'll carefully turn this thing around. And I got the deck all done. That was the first thing I had to take care of. So I've got the deck done. I put polyurethane on here. That's why you see a little shininess on here, guys. It's still feel flat and rough. But that's going to be, I add a couple more coats. Once the coat's built up, then I'm going to take a nice Brillo pad, and rub it out real well and give it a coat of polyurethane. And start building the deck details, because once this thing is, you can see how it looks, fellas. Right here, I put that polyurethane on here. You see how shiny it is? The rings are good. Now the water line is going to start from here all the way down. So this portion up here to the second rubbing strake has got to be natural wood. It can't have no filler, no paint, no nothing on it. It's got to be part of the wood, like up here. Because this was you're going to be seeing. This brings up the beauty of this wonderful little ship. Is the beautifulness of the wood itself. And so this thing here is really soaking in that poly. I showed you how dry this wood is. This wood is dry as somebody walking through the Mojave Desert. You're so thirsty you can drink a whole lake. This thin wood is so thirsty it sucked that down polyurethane up like a thirsty mule. So that's about as far as I got on this, guys. The planking is still resuming. I should have this thing done by tonight, the planking done. And tomorrow I'll do an inbox, another online build of the Victor Bomber. Okay, we'll sing us back to your truly here. Okay, guys. I went around and dug around my stash pile. I had another stash pile crash last night. So this time it's not going to crash no more. I went and got me some plank, and I took my boxes, straightened them out real nice and evenly. No more stash pile crashes. Well, that crash kind of inspired me into this. This old kid made, I think I bought this back in 1958. I think I paid $5 for it. This is the ITC Yacht Atlantic, USS Atlantic. This thing was a clipper shape. It was the most fastest yacht there was in the world at the time, in 1903. And he was requisitioned in United States Navy back during the Second World War, believe it or not, as a Coast Guard ship. And by 1947, she was stricken for Naval Register, and so, well, whoever wants it, you can buy it. So an owner bought this ship, done nothing with it, and laid idle for years on end, and eventually sunk at the dock because it deteriorated. What a waste. Oh yeah, it's a big model. It's 1/8 scale. I've already got it primed. I'm going to mask that water line, paint it black, put the trim on it. The rudder runs. Got a screw. This thing's motorized, runs on a prop. The real thing had a screw. So this is going to be a beautiful ship. It's going to be really high. It's about 28 inches long, minus spanker and bowsprit. And it's going to be a very interesting build, so I'll probably be getting hot about it. Probably make a video of that too, just might as well. Okay, guys. Next video, this is probably going to be maybe probably this weekend. I have another video night on the Revell Ghost Porch that I was working on. I'll show you how much progress got done on that. And tomorrow night I'll go ahead and do the online build on the Airfix Victor Bomber. Okay, guys, time to get out of here right now. I got places to go and things to do right now. Mama Son gave me a honey-do list I gotta do. If I don't, she'll take my glue away with me and restrict me from a model building. Anyway, guys, I gotta take care of Mama. Always take care of Mama, guys, and I'll see you guys this evening on the Gorge Porch update build report. Frankie Day signing off. Like I said, make Mama happy. Catch you next video, boys. God bless you, fellas. Love you, guys.